nahirapan to simplify the lesson. Okay? Kasi if I'm going to tackle all the statistical tools or the statistical treatment, kay kulang pa yung gabing ito para pag-usapan natin yon. Plus the computation. Now, I want to simplify for the purpose of you to learn and to uh, understand, okay, the work or the reason or the purpose of research. Okay, so based from the given example, we have with us two variables which are the teacher's work performance and pupils' academic achievement. To figure out, the teacher's work performance has a different a, a different format. It has a different format compared to pupils' academic achievement. Kasi when we say pupils' academic achievement, this is already given. No? This is already given. If you have with you, for example, as part of our respondents, the 50 pupils in the class, okay? So whatever the grades or the GPA, the GWA, the grade weighted mean, possess average rather, the grade weighted average of the pupil, okay, will be considered as the pupil's academic achievement. So absolutely, since it's the end of the school year, you're going to use the fourth grading or the last, the last or the general weighted average of the pupil. Okay, so iba yon. Kasi ang academic achievement are the grades of the pupils. Unlike ang teacher's work performance, this is consist of the questionnaire. Later, napapakita ko sa inyo yung questionnaire in a 5 Likert scale. Okay? So, during our lecture with the chapter 3 or the research methodology, we used to relate this statement of the problem in respondents and instrumentation. That's part of chapter 3. Okay. So we have the population. Okay, we have the population. Take note, students, these are the most important part ng sa statistical treatment natin this evening. The population or the respondents plus the questionnaire. Okay, we have the research instruments or the questionnaire. Okay, take note the scale. We have this scale for teachers' work performance. So I used to divert, kasi if we're going to concentrate here, hindi natin to matatapos because we're going to use ANOVA. Baka mamaya sabihin nyo na lang sa akin, ano ba yan, ma'am? Hindi na namin maintindihan. Okay, yung ANOVA, naging ano ba yan? Okay, kasi it's a difficult, medyo mahirap si ANOVA compared to person R. So I want to divert. Still, I will use the teacher's work performance or the level of performance of teacher with the use of this range, scale and description. Okay? Then I have an additional, instead of academic performance, I will use job satisfaction, okay, of teachers, so that our focus is for teachers only as part of our respondents. Okay, mga kaguruan lang. So this is the research instrument. Then we have with us the statistical analysis. Okay, the statistical treatment. So we have here chi-square and ANOVA, ang gagamitin natin dito. So this is our example. Now, for us to finish, and the most important is for you to learn the coordination or the relationship between the statement of the problem, the respondents, the questionnaires in the statistical treatment, for us to answer the SOPs presented doon sa chapter 1. Okay. So, I will skip from this presentation. I have here a new one. I will share with you. Okay, nag-uumpisa pa lang po tayo ha. Wag Parang wag kukunot ang noo. Okay? Wag kukunot ang noo, magkakawakan yung... So, isi-simplify ko. Isi-simplify ko. I have here, okay, eto na. We have with us still. Still, I would like to preserve yung teacher's performance. Okay? But I want to correlate to work values. Okay, to work values. So, thus are the statement of the problem. Okay? What is the level of teacher's performance? Okay? Number 2, what is the work values of siguro focus tayo elementary na lang. Or secondary, elementary. Values pala. What are the work values of elementary teachers? Okay? Then after that, I have here, we're done. This is the application still of our lesson that research is a systematic investigation. So we start with the first variable, which is the level or the teacher's level of performance. Then the second variable is the work values. Then the third one is how significantly related is teacher's performance and work values. Okay. Then, the last question would be, based from the findings, what action plan to be formulated? Okay, so here is now our second example. Okay, we're going to work on to the following statement of the problem or to the given title. Again, teacher's level of performance as correlates to work values, basis for an action plan. So we have two variables, the level of teacher's performance, then work values of teachers na lang. Alisin natin na yung elementary. This would be part of the scope and limitation. Then the relationship, how significantly related are teachers' performance and work values. And based from the findings, what action plan to be formulated. So we have the SOP. So how are we going to answer the following questions? As a sort of clarification, students, no, baka isipin ninyo, ma'am, so after we submit or after we formulate chapter 1 to 3 and the questionnaire, it means that we're going to float or to distribute our questionnaires. Pasasagutan po ba namin dun sa respondents namin? No. Hindi po ha. Okay? My purpose of this final meeting natin is for you to fully understand the research. Okay? This will not be part of your collaborative activity. Etong gagawin ko ngayon sa inyo or etong i-discuss ko ngayon sa inyo. But instead for you to understand, kasi chapter 1 to 3 parang nakahang because it is only a proposal. Okay? We are now going to have with us a full-bloom research. Yung kasama na si chapter 4 and 5. Okay. So, this is the statement of the problem. Next would be, okay, I will duplicate this one, same pa rin. Let's have the respondents. Okay, then the questionnaire. So, ang respondents natin, let us determine, you are how many in your organization? Iba-iba, no? Iba-iba yung saan kayo nag-work. Sino ang mayroong population ng mga more than 50 faculty or teachers? Real, ilan anak kayo?
Most likely, nasa ano po. Hold on.
Nag-i-echo kasi ulit, teacher.
Dalawa yata ang gamit mo anak na ano. Yeah, because of our Excel na nagagamitin natin.
Including 5 people, ma'am.
Hello po?
Yes.
Most likely po nasa ano kami, 200 to 300 faculties.
Wow. Okay, so 200 gamitin natin is 200 to be exact anak, mga roughly ilan? To be exact.
265?
Okay, 265.
po.
Okay? So we're going to use the total population, or we're going to maximize the total population. Why? Because it is in one organization. Na walang problema. If we're going to consider the time frame, kaya ninyong tapusin or gawin based from your procedure or timetable. Okay? Because it is in one organization. But if you have so many branches, etong 265 ba na anak ay within the campus or may mga branches kayo?
Isang campus lang po yan.
Okay, very good. So, isang campus. So, we're going to maximize or to use the total number of population or considered as respondents. Okay? So, ang questionnaire natin, we are going to use the same yung kanina, kunin ko lang yung ating, this one. Yung range or table natin. Okay, I'll copy this one. Balik ako dito. So, our questionnaire will use this scale. Sorry. Hindi nakuha ng buo. Teka. Para hindi na ako maggawa ng table. So, ito, copy. So, okay. So, I have here the table. So, both, okay, we're going to use a teacher's level of performance at work values. We're going to use the same scale, okay, the same range, then the same description. Okay, take note of this. Take note of this, especially the range and the description. Later, we are going to use this in the computation as basis of our interpretation. Okay, for us to answer the SOP 1, 2, 3 natin. Okay. So, these are the most important. Now, okay, duplicate ulit to. Sorry. Duplicate slide. Okay, the third slide is the statistical analysis. Okay, based from the given example, we're going to use, ma'am, can we include here the profile? Sige, dagdag natin. What is the profile of teachers in terms of, okay, 1.1, yung pang number 2 natin, age, 1.2 is gender, then 1.3, for example, is number of years in service. Okay? Then, ito yung number 2 natin. Okay, so this is para-para-paras na number 3, number 4, then number 5 questions. We're going to answer 1 to 4. Kasi yung 5 will be based from the result. Okay, with the use of the statistical tool. So, kindly remember the following statement of the problem. Okay, so let's have now. So, I'll save this one. I'll send this to the group. We're going to work on or to answer this research. Okay, or the following research questions with the use of 265 respondents and questionnaire. Later, I will share with you the questionnaire. We have 2 questionnaires for teachers' level of performance and work values. So, dalawang questionnaires yon. With the 5 Likert scales, same range and same description. Then, the statistical analysis or treatment to be used are, okay, doon sa first question natin, the profile, okay, of teachers, we're going to use the frequency and percentage. Okay? Second, we're going to use the weighted mean. The third is still the weighted mean. Okay, then the fourth one is person R. So I will discuss with you tonight, students, the use of the following statistical tools or treatment. It's very easy, no, para lang kayong nagkumakain ng dessert ninyo later. Okay? Si Ma'am exaggerated. No, it is true. No, napakadaling gawin, napakadaling isolve. Okay? So if you have a question while I am discussing the flow of our lesson, no, you can ask question, you can butt in para hindi tayo mapalayo. Okay? So I want to save this one, then later, okay, babalikan natin siya. So let's have now, or let us answer the following question. The first one is the profile of teachers. Okay? In terms of age, gender, number. But before that, I will stop sharing my PowerPoint presentation. Instead, I will share with you. Okay, I'll share with you the questionnaire. Eto na yun. I have 2 teachers' performance muna. Okay. This is the teacher's performance questionnaire. So, to the 265 teachers, yun yung sasagot nito. Okay? So, the respondents will answer all the indicators or the questionnaire, okay, upon floating with them. So, of course, you have with you the direction to check, okay, the appropriate scale from 1 to 5. For example, if I am one of the respondents, okay, sasagutan ko to, provides pupils opportunities to develop thinking skills based on the first-hand experience. Okay, halimbawa ako yon. So, ang sagot ko ay 4. I-check ko siya. Okay, select content and prepares appropriate instructional materials in teaching aid. Ang sagot ko is 5. Okay, select appropriate teaching methods or strategies, 5. Relates new lessons with the previous knowledge and new skills, okay? Ang sagot ko ay 4. Then the last question, provides appropriate motivation. My answer is 4. If the 265 teachers answered this questionnaire, okay? So, niretrieve mo siya ngayon, kinolect mo siya sa kanila. It's very easy kasi it is in one organization. No need to use the Google form. But it's very easy if you're going to convert this to Google form. Kaya lang, there are instances that you need to, remind, no? You need to remind them. Besh, kaya naman, sis, pakisagutan naman yung questionnaire ko. Nasend ko na sa messenger mo. So you're going to remind all of those respondents. Unlike naman ito, the advantage is that it is a tangible one. So pag nasagutan nila, nakuha mo na agad, it's very easy to tabulate. No? Madali siyang i-tabulate. So, you have here the teacher's performance. Okay? Assuming that you're done, no? You're done retrieving. Mayroon ka na neto. So, ito ay teacher's performance pa lang. Next, we have read as the work values. Okay? So, this is the work values questionnaire. The same. Okay, based from our instrumentation or research instrument, we're going to use the same scale, 1 to 5. Then same yung ating description and range. Okay, based from this, center ko lang siya para magandang tingnan. Okay. Ruler, view. Naka-ruler naman. So, based from this example, this questionnaire, center ko lang hindi siya naka-center. Okay. Anyway, so I have here work in which you contribute ideas. That's the first indicator or item. Okay, if my answer, for example, is 4. Kailan na kasi nakatago yung cursor ko. Yeah. This is 5. Yun. Okay. If my answer here, for example, is lahat 4, I will reduce the indicators into 5. Dapat parehas siya, 5 indicators both. Work in which you contribute ideas, work in which you try out new ideas and suggestions. Parehas lang to, so I will delete this cell. Okay, so I have 5 items. Okay. Okay. Assuming that you're done floating your questionnaire, ito yung mga sagot out of 265. So we're going to tally. That's the next process. Can you remember, students, the IPO? Okay. The use of questionnaire, that's part of the process. The use of question, that's the conceptual paradigm. The use of questionnaire, then the use of a statistical tool, testing the relationship, and hindi ko na ilagay doon yung tallying yung process mismo. Tallying, then tabulation, then computation. Okay? Those are some other process or part of the process in your conceptual paradigm using the IPO model. So let's have now, okay, I hope you can follow, no? So the first step is to float your questionnaire to your respondents, to your 65 respondents. Then after that, you're going to retrieve. Then we can now use Microsoft Excel. Okay, dito na tayo. Kasi you retrieve already all the questionnaire, so magtatali na tayo ngayon. with the use of Microsoft Excel. Sana hindi.
Question po.
Yes na. Yes, real.
In terms of giving questionnaires, if how many statement of the problems, let's say for example, you formulated 5 statement of the problems, and there should be like different 5 questionnaires as well, right? I mean,
No. It depends to the questionnaire depends to your variables.
okay po.
Depends to your variables. So, for example, the first example that we have the pupil's achievement in the teacher's performance. We have 2 variables. But, in that case, sabi ko kanina, we have only 1 questionnaire because the other variable is available na. Okay? The grades of all the pupils. So, no need for us to formulate a questionnaire for that. But since we are going to use chi-square ANOVA, medyo matagal yun, baka abutin tayo ng 2 a.m. ngayon if I'm going to push yung kanina na example or yung unang example natin. So I simplify to teachers level performance and work values of teachers as basis for an action plan. So based from that, anak, we have 2. Okay, yung teachers performance and work values. That's why yung kaninang binigay ko sa inyong sample questionnaire ay 2. Okay? So, although we have with us 5 SOPs, ang questionnaire natin 2 lang. Because we're going to use those, yung 2 questionnaire na yun, will answer the remaining SOPs natin. Okay? SOPs natin. Now, mayroon akong may kulang ako, yung profile checklist. Since we added the age, the gender, the number of years in service. Okay? So, ang gagawin natin doon, ma'am, so we need to add, i-share ko ulit, we need to add pa, ma'am, ba ng, okay, dito ko na ilagay. We have with us the profile checklist. Okay, it will answer the SOP number 1. So, ang first kasi natin is age, then we have the gender, we have the number of years in service. Diba? So, here, if you could recall, students, one of the statistical treatment to be used here is the frequency and percentage. Hindi siya weighted mean. Why? Kasi ito yung format natin. We have it as a bracket. May bracket tayo. Nasasagutan din to. Okay? Sasagutan din to ng 265 respondents mo. Okay? So sa gender, same. You have it with the male. Okay? Female. Then, number of years in service, we can have 1 to 5. We have this range, 1 to 5 years in service. Then, 6 to 10 years in service. Then, we have it as 10 to 20 years in service. Then, here sa age, we can have, mostly, yung age of 22, 22 to 30-year-old. Then we have 31 to 40-year-old. What's the mandatory retirement age there in Thailand? So far, wala naman.
60 po, 60 years old.
60. Okay, so 40 to 60-year-old. Okay. So this is the profile checklist. This is the first answer. Okay? This is the answer to the first question of our SOP. So what is the profile of the respondents in terms of age, gender, then number of years in service? Okay? Number of years in service. So take note the following, no? Picturean ko siya so that pagdating natin sa Excel, iyan ang magiging basis natin. Okay. So, take note of the following. So I will share again, okay, Excel. Mag-new worksheet ako. Okay. Most of you, or all of you, are familiar with Microsoft Excel, right?
Yes po, ma'am.
Yeah, ito yung ginagamit nyo lagi. So I have some, no, kaunti lang yung maybe an additional knowledge in Microsoft Excel to be adapted or to be used in our lesson this evening. So, like for example, the link and share, no, some shorthand commands, no, na pwedeng ma-share ko sa inyo. So, I have now the Excel file. Okay. Hawiin ko lang tong aking Zoom meeting screen. Okay. So, I will increase, no? I will increase the font size. I will rather set up, no, the font size, and the column width. Okay, assuming na ito yung gagamitin ko. So, I used to range. Students actually as a user of Excel and even PowerPoint and Microsoft Word as part of the Microsoft Office, no, hindi ako laging gumagamit ng mouse. No, parang sa akin mas matagal gumamit ng mouse. So I have with me shorthand commands. Okay, I have with me shorthand commands. So in the change of font color, okay lang ako, no? I can use ito kasi mas madali lang siya. So, but in the preparation, for example, of the column width, no, of the height ng row, inserting column, deleting column, inserting rows and deleting rows, no, more on shorthand command ako. Like for example, I want a uniform. No, I want a uniform column width. Okay? From column A to column M. So, the first thing to do is to highlight. In highlighting, hindi rin mouse ang gamit ko. I am very much familiar dun sa shift and arrow key. May control kasi siya. No, may control pag shift and arrow key. Unlike yung mouse, okay, there are instances na medyo mahirap i-drag. No? Mahirap i-drag, especially if you are using your laptop, wala kang mouse, external mouse, yung naka-built in na mouse, mahirap. Okay, mahirap siya. Nakakangalay sa daliri or sa kamay. Okay. I want to change the column width. Or I would like to assign a uniform column width from column A to M. Okay. Alt. I will press Alt, O, C, W. Okay? Alt, O, C, W, then I have now the column width window. Gagawin ko siyang 25. Okay? So I have with me a uniform column width from column A to column M. Yun kasi yung na-highlight ko pa. Okay? So, I assigned, no, yung Arial block, or I activated Arial block as the font size of 25. Okay, para mas kita nyo, mas malinaw. So, this is the profile. Okay? Our respondents are the 265 teachers. The first question is, what is the profile of the teachers in terms of age? So this is part of chapter 4 already. This is the table. Okay, we have the presentation, tinatawag na PIA, no, PIA. Presentation, which is the table, then interpretation, then analysis. Okay, that's part of chapter 4, or the answer to our statement of the problem or in chapter 1. So, here, okay, ang data natin will be, okay, 22 to 30 year old. Okay. Medyo liitan ko to ng konti. Parang nasobrahan ng laki naman ng font size natin. I'll make it 20 lang. Okay. So I increase the column width to 30. So 22 to 30 year old. Then we have 31 to 40 year old. Then 41 to 60. Yeah, 41 to 60 year old. Okay. So based from the respondents or yung tally, assuming that we're done, okay, tallying the questionnaire or the retrieved questionnaire, okay, what is now the frequency? When we say frequency, it is only the count. No? Iba lang yung term na ginamit, frequency. But it is the count. No? So, out of 265 teachers, there are how many teachers ranging from 22-year-old to 30-year-old? Okay? Assuming na nagre-range, etong 22 to 30-year-old, there are 78, okay, teachers. There are 78 teachers ranging from 22 to 30-year-old. Can you follow? Those who are also using Microsoft Excel, okay? Then 31 to 40-year-old, we have, for example, 59. Okay? Then 41 to 60-year-old, we have, ito yung, okay, gawin natin tong 89. Okay? Then here, gawin natin tong 83. Let us see. No? Kasi you have reviewed the initial tally, no? Before yung plotting dito sa Excel. So let us determine the total. This is a formula. In Microsoft Excel, for you to start with the formula, okay, equal sign lang po ang kailangan natin. So I have here the word sum. Instead of using an operator or operation, I use the word sum. Okay, so equal sum, open parenthesis, then the first target data, numerical data, hanggang doon sa last target data, i-highlight ko lang siya with the use of shift and arrow key. Okay, then close parenthesis. So I have with me 250. Ma'am, that is the total retrieved questionnaires. Okay, I have, ma'am, the total number of respondents na 265. So is it okay, ma'am, na hindi ko na hanapin yung 15? Okay, since you have value 200 plus teachers or respondents, okay, kahit hindi mo na i-retrieve yung 15, but still, you're going to use or to stick to the number of teachers or respondents na 265. So, ma'am, paano po yan? Yung 15, saan po siya ilalagay? You're going to add that to the mid-range, doon sa gitna. So, ang gitna natin is 31 to 40-year-old. Clear? Nakuha po? Okay? So, 89 plus, ilan ang kulang natin? 15. So, we have now 265 as the total number of respondents. Okay? Question? May tanong? I hope it's clear. Now, we're going to determine the percentage. There are how many percent yung 78 na respondents natin, aging from 22 to 30-year-old. Okay? Ilang percent yung 31 to 40-year-old at ilang percent yung 41 to 60-year-old. Okay. Saglit lang mga anak at medyo kailangan ko nung aking charger. Okay, so let us continue. Nung binibigay niya
Doc Chen, pwede
Yes po.
interaction.
Yes, no problem.
What if,
Yes.
Doc, yung age dito is apat yung range, meron pa tayong 41 to 50, then 50 to 60. Paano ko
Okay.
i-insert yung
I-divide
Yung
mo
kulang.
anak, i-divide mo anak yung dalawa doon sa dalawang nasa middle.
hatiin sa media na po?
Yeah. Oo, yung
Okay,
hatiin
po.
doon sa dalawa. Okay, that's a very good question. Okay, so hatiin nyo doon sa dalawa. But if we have 3 kasi lahat ng odd numbers, no? Count ng odd numbers, mas madali to determine the mid range or the middle range. Unlike doon sa even number, na kung apat, o 6, 8, mahirap. So you need to decide doon sa dalawang sa gitna. Okay, then divide those remaining number of respondents na unclaimed or hindi ninyo na-gather. Okay, i-add ninyo doon sa dalawa. Okay? Okay, so next. So let us now determine the percentage of 78, 104, 83. How to compute? Again, equal sign. If you are going to use the constant number, ano yung constant number? Yung 78 divided by 265. If you are going to do this in Excel, okay, I would like to suggest, anak, huwag ka na mag-Excel, mag-calculator ka na lang. Okay? Kasi, pag sa calculator, you can do this one. Eh, bakit mag-Excel ka pa? The purpose of the Excel is for us to know the power of copy-paste or link and share and accuracy of data in Microsoft Excel. So instead, we are going to use the cell reference na tinatawag. Ano ba yung cell reference? If I'm going to click the target data, okay, yan ang cell reference niya. Okay? Ang tawag dyan is cell reference. So 78 is located in column B, row 4. Okay? Then, divide by the total number of respondents. So, i-click nyo lang yon or ilagay nyo lang yung you can use the arrow key, okay, to locate yung second target data natin, which is the 265 or the total. So, to compute the percentage, frequency divide by the number of total respondents. I repeat, for you to compute the percentage, frequency divide by the number or the total number of respondents. Okay, so 78 divide by 265, the result is 0.29 or 0.29 kung 2 decimal place value. But the target, no, ang target natin or goal natin is in percentage format. So how to convert this in percentage? In Microsoft Excel, we have the menu or the icons, no, the commands. At the upper part, mayroon dyan na percent style. Okay, may percent style dyan. Okay, I hope nakikita nyo yung aking mouse, no, pointer. May percent style dyan. So just click that one. Be sure that etong gumagalaw na to, this is the so-called active cell. Okay, active cell ang tawag dyan. So be sure that your active cell is located on that data or formula or area or cell, okay, na i-activate yung percent style. So just click the percent style. So it is now converted to percentage. Question? Nakuha?
Yes po.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Since we use formula, okay, I just want to demonstrate with you students, it doesn't mean na may lumabas na result ay accurate na siya. Okay. If I'm going to copy this one, o kopyahin ko siya kasi parehas lang naman ang formula ko all throughout. If I'm going to copy this one, try to observe. Okay? What's the reason behind? Okay, bakit error ang lumabas? Okay? For you to determine no, kung tama yung formula mo, you can press Fn, F2 if you are using a laptop. Pagka naman personal computer, ang gamit mo, F2 lang. Okay, lalabas ngayon yung cell reference or the formula itself. Now, based from this, what's the error? Bumaba, instead of 265 na nasa column B, row 7, bumaba siya ng row 8. What's the reason behind or anong naging problema? Okay, I will delete this one. If you're going to use a common, balik ako sa formula. Take note of this, students. If you are going to use a common, a cell reference, be sure to hold o be sure to not only to hold, no, parang ilalak nyo siya. No? Para ilak nyo siya at hindi siya mag-adjust to the next cell. For you to lock, i-highlight mo muna itong ilalak mong cell reference. Nakuha? Then, you're going to press F4. Ito yung function ni F4 sa Excel. Okay, the function key, yung nasa upper part ng keyboard nyo, we have there the F4. Okay? You can determine that F4 is activated because of the dollar sign. Wala akong type na dollar sign. It's only the function of F4. The purpose of F4 is to hold. Babakuran niya. Okay? Yung cell na yon, that you can use that all throughout. Kahit i-copy-paste mo siya saan man, hindi mababago yung cell yung cell reference or yung location niya. Okay? F4. So, I can now press the enter key. Then, I can now copy the formula since same lang naman yung application ng formula to the frequency of 104 and 83. So, I have there the result, the accurate result. Let us see if it is 100%. It should be 100%. So, equal sum again, then open parenthesis, then highlight the target data, okay? Then close parenthesis, then I have now the total, which is 100%. Okay? The purpose of this is, students, no? If you have an error, okay, ma'am, I used to interchange, no? Ang 22 to 30-year-old po pala, ay dapat po nandito siya yung 78 po pala, ay for 31 to 40-year-old, na ang 78. Tapos yung 104 na frequency, ma'am, ay doon sa 22, ranging from 22-year-old to 30 years old. Okay? So, no need for you to to create another formula or to edit, no? No need for you to edit the formula as is ang formula natin. Instead, ang i-edit natin ngayon is the frequency or the constant number. So, this will be 104. Tingnan nyo kung ilang percent na lang siya. Okay, ma-interchange siya. So far ngayon, medyo mataas because we have still 104 there sa frequency na pangalawa. So para 36, so baguhin natin to, this is 78. Okay, so magiging 26 or 29% siya. Okay. This is the purpose of using the cell reference. So kahit baguhin mo yung constant numbers or in the frequency, automatically na magiging accurate yung result ng percentage mo. Okay, so this is the answer. How to interpret. Okay? The title is Profile of Teacher Respondents according to age. I will decrease. According to age, so eto na siya. This is the title of the table. This is the answer on first question natin. I want to insert row, students. No, hindi ko nabanggit sa inyo kanina. I want to insert row in between the title of the table tsaka etong table mismo. No border. Okay. So, to insert row, anong ginagawa nyo pag nag-insert ng row? So, this is the shorthand command. Alt, be sure that the active cell is located on the area na mag-i-insert kayo ng row. Alt-I-R. Okay? Ganun siya kadali, ganun siya kabilis if you're going to use the shorthand command. Okay, how about multiple rows? Ma'am, I want to insert multiple rows no, in between of row 7 and 8. Mag-i-insert ma'am ako ng tatlo. So, Alt-I-R. Okay? How to delete rows? Alt-E-D-R. Enter. Okay, those are shorthand commands para mas madali, mas mabilis. I repeat, to insert rows, Alt-I-R. To delete rows, Alt-E-D-R. Sorry, wala ang range. Alt-E-D-R. Enter. Okay, let's have the second. Okay, 1.2. The second table. For us to answer 1.2, okay, copy ko to. Let's have now table 4.2. Okay, profile of teacher respondents according to gender. So this is gender. Then we have male and female. By the way, if I'm going to interpret, okay, table 4.1 shows the profile of teacher respondents according to age. Okay, based from, as shown in table 4.1, there are 104 or 39. Okay, sorry for that. Kasi simulaan na kaninang umaga ako nagsasalita. So, there are 104 or 39% okay, of the teacher respondents aging from 22 to 30-year-old. Comma, there are 78 or 29% of the teacher respondents aging from 31 to 40-year-old. And there are 83 or 31% of the teacher respondents aging from 41 to 60-year-old. Period. Okay? Majority of the teacher respondents are in the bracket of age or ages 22 to 30-year-old. That's now the interpretation of this table. Okay, you have already the conclusion, which is majority of the teacher respondents according to age are ranging from 22 to 30-year-old. The summary of the findings, yung sinimulan ko kanina na interpretation. Okay, that's part of chapter 5 and chapter 4. Okay? Next is a profile of teachers or teacher respondents according to gender. So, based from the number of respondents ulit natin. So here, no, pwede na natin para sure tayo we can now have it as the formula, the total, para mas madali nating ma-determine kung kulang, kung sobra, or kung tama. Okay, so of course we have 0, kasi wala pang data, wala pang numerical data. So, out of 265, real majority no sa inyo, sino ang mas dominant? Is it the male or the female? The number, no number of
Email po.
okay, female. So we have 265, assuming that we have 153 here, okay? For you to determine kung ilan ang male, madali na lang. So there are how many? 265 minus 153. So that is the male. Okay? Respondents ninyo. Question? May tanong? Okay? To continue, let's have now, or let us compute, no, the percentage of the gender. So there are how many percent? Yung 112 from the total population. So we have the same formula. Okay, the cell reference of 112 and divide by the total number of respondents. Again, since we have 2, no, dalawa yan, so we are going to activate F4. I-hold natin ulit. So that will give us an accurate result. Okay, yung percent style, just click, okay, to convert sa format ng percentage. Then copy, so you have value 58%. So to get the total, if it is 100%, obviously, no, kasi dalawa lang, madaling i-compute sa isip natin, it's 100%. Okay? So you need to interpret. Okay, table 4.2 shows the profile of teacher respondents according to gender. Okay, there are 112 or 42% of the teacher respondents are male, and there are 153 or 58% are female. Majority of the teacher respondents are female. Okay. So next, so we're done answering 1.1, 1.2. Next is our table 4.3. So we have here, copy ko na lang siya. This is 4.3. Then according to the number of service, number of years, to the number of years in service. Hindi kaya yung wrap text. Number of years in service. Okay. So, okay. Number of years in service. Ganito na lang. I-shortcut ko na lang. So, I have here, no, iba naman to, based from the given example or doon sa ating questionnaire, we have 3. Okay, 1 to 5 years. So, I will insert row. 1 to 5 years. 6 to 10 years. Then 10 to 20 years. Okay? So, based from the 265 respondents, ito yung number of teachers under 1 to 5 years in service. Okay? Then here we have 6 to 10, we have 134. Okay? So 10 to 20 years, i-minus na lang natin, 265 minus 223. Okay. So we have, sorry, delete. 265 minus 223. Naka-formula pala siya. Wow. Okay. So we have 42.
Doc, excuse me.
Yes.
I think the Excel application is far different from Excel in Mac, computer, and Windows in terms of shortcut keys because I'm trying to ano
What
tawag nito?
version? What version na ang gamit mo?
I'm using ano po Mac computer using Excel.
Yeah. Oo, tama. Yan
So,
yung
iba po
sinasabi. Yeah, yan yung sinasabi ko kanina, no? In the use of technology, okay, MacBook anak yan.
Yes po.
Yes. Ang MacBook kasi, same with a cellphone, pag hindi ka familiar with, parang sa akin it's not a user's friendly sa akin ang iPhone. No? For me, nasanay. So, same ang MacBook kasi or the software. Ang software ba anak na yan is coming from them or it's embedded already?
Hindi po. Bibili ka po ng ano talaga ng software na
Na
Microsoft.
license.
Yes po.
Oo. So, okay. So, it's generic anak to use the following shorthand commands doon sa non-MacBook application or MacBook PC or laptop, no? Kahit you have usually laptop naman yan eh. So this is another learnings, no? That in MacBook, I didn't actually experience using MacBook pa. No, with the use of the following softwares. Now, in your case, real, okay, you have the difficulty with the use of the shorthand commands. No, in MacBook, it means, no, etong shorthand command is applicable to other Windows, no, other Windows or the Windows, not the operating system. Maybe yung operating system, it has also a contribution, no, doon sa function. Kasi mag-iba ang operating system and setup ng MacBook. Even sa cellphone, ibang-iba. Okay? Ibang-iba. So, lesson learned, no? Parang for you to use yung shorthand commands, you can have it or you can use other brand, okay, other brand of hardware, okay, o kaya naman is doon sa mga common, no? Common, ano kasi. Anyway, real, ang ano naman anak, most of the users ngayon, although yung iba is dreaming to use a MacBook or a, kasi actually, when I went to SM, tinignan ko rin, yun din ang ano sabi ko, bakit parang gusto nila yung may Apple ang gamit nila. Pero nung tinignan ko, sabi ko, hindi siya users friendly. Ayoko. Sabi ko nga, ayoko sa kanya. Okay? So, that's the disadvantage din. Even sa iPhone na, yung sa cellular phone, yung mga anak ko, mas gusto nila yung iPhone. Ako naman, hindi nila ako dyan taga-bili lang ako. Hindi ako, ever since, no, ang gamit ko is, I don't use iPhone, yeah. Android ako. Kasi mas madali siya sa akin. Siguro, if I have time, no, saka ko lang aaralin muna bago ko siya magamit. Okay? But it depends to the user. So, thank you for that information, Real.
Yes
No?
po.
So, I think si Real yung gumagamit lang ngayon ng MacBook. Okay?
Ay, madami po dyan.
Yes, Jan?
Madami po dyan
Ang
gumagamit
rich
ng
kid mo.
Yeah. Oo. Marami na magamit.
Kasi hindi mo gumamit.
Hindi daw marunong daw gumamit.
Nung nasira yung iPhone ko, pumunta ako doon sa parang pagawaan. Sabi lang, wala akong piyesa nito.
Oh,
Patay.
yeah. That's another disadvantage actually. No?
Pero okay na. Kasi malaki kasi ang capacity, ma'am, ng Apple. Ang memory nila.
Oo. Actually, sabi nga ng panganay ko, sabi niya, Mami, ang gandang gamitin. No? Even yung hibla ng buhok mo, kitang-kita dito sa sabi ko, anak, di ko naman kailangan yan. Sabi ko ganun. Kailangan niya kasi architecture student siya. So yung drawing, no, may kanya-kanyang sizes yung bawat pen. So kailangan niya yon. So that's why, no, saka ko, ganun naman ako sa mga anak ko. If kailangan nila, I support them. Pag hindi, no, I will divert to other budget na eto lang muna anak kasi hindi mo naman siya magagamit ng ganung purpose. Okay? So anyway,
Sa'yo, Doc.
Anyway, so let's have now, let us compute no, the percentage, same procedure, this one, then divide by the total number of respondents, and again, since we're going to copy or to sustain etong formula, so F4 pa rin. F4. Yan, then
Doc,
copy na lang. Yes, na.
I'm sorry, yung F4 po, ano po yung command? Yung sa F4 na nililink niyo po?
Ang F4 anak is just to hold, okay, a certain cell reference. So para hindi siya maglipat-lipat kasi kanina tingnan mo yung ginawa ko. If I'm going to activate, no? I-activate ko yung same, if you're going to look into the formula, tama naman siya. Ma'am, tama naman Yes, it's correct. But if you're going to copy, pag kinopya ko siya, the tendency is mali. Or babaguhin niya. Tingnan nyo. Kanina is B26. Okay? B26 ang location. Column B, row 26, ang location ng constant number to be used all throughout. Or yung divisor natin na tinatawag. So, pagka wala siyang, hindi activated sa F4 or hindi natin siya ma-hold, it will give you an accurate result or an error. Unlike this one rather, okay? So, ang gagawin niya, i-move niya. So, na-move niya ngayon sa 27. Ang sunod, minove niya sa 28. Okay? Kasi hindi siya naka-hold, no? Hindi niyo siya nabakuran. Hindi niyo siya na-lock. That's the purpose of F4. Okay? Later, gagamitin natin siya in the computation of the weighted mean. So, eto ulit, no? F4 ko ulit siya. Okay, so that I can activate the copy-paste command, it will give me an accurate result. So, ayan na siya. So, pag F2 ko dito, same pa rin yung location niya kasi naka-hold siya. Naka-F4 siya. Same with the third computation or the third result. Okay? So, this is the last part of our number 1 SOP. What is the profile of the teacher respondents in terms of number of years in service? So, eto na yung result. So, majority of the teacher respondents are in the range of 6 to 10 years in service. Okay, which is 134 or 51%. Okay? So, we're done with SOP number 1. So, this is, I will rename. Okay, this is the profile. Okay, next question. The second question is what is, okay, the level of teacher's performance? The third question is what is the level or what is the teacher's work values? So, yun yung sasagutin natin. I will create or add a worksheet. Okay, same file ako ha. So, I will send with you one file but with multiple worksheets. Okay? So, the second worksheet, ang gagawin kong title or name is teacher performance. Okay, performance. So, again, since it is another worksheet, no, babaguhin ko or iaayos ko ulit yung font size para mas kita ninyo. So this is 14 or gawin ko na lang 16. Then naka-center. 20 for your eye view. Okay. So, this is for the teacher's performance. Okay, again, we have with us number of respondents equal to 265. Okay? Then we have the indicators. Can you remember, students, the questionnaire? Okay, we have with us how many indicators? We have 5 indicators. Later, I'll copy the indicator itself, no? Yung laman mismo, or the 5 items. Okay. Then, we have with us the 5 Likert scale: 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is now, okay, the time for us to tally. Out of 265 respondents, in teacher's performance questionnaire, there are how many teachers? Answers: 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in indicator number 1. Okay? Again, I just want, I want to go back to the meaning of research. Research daw by not meaning. One of the characteristics based from Gary Anderson, that research is an unhurried activity. Yes, because we have that as procedures, as part of your methodology. Okay, so you have there the first step, the second step, then we have the conceptual framework, we have the process for us to formulate the output. So these are part of the process, okay, for us to come up to the findings or to the output. Okay, so hindi ganun kadali gawin, but it is very systematic. Okay, it should be very systematic. So, you have due to tally, there is a manual tally na pwede nyong gawin based from the questionnaires, yung stick tallying na tinatawag. No? Yung halimbawa, you have due the first questionnaire, no, itatali mo siya, may nagsagot ng isa sa 5, okay? Tapos yung sumunod na hawak mo, ang sinagot niya ay 4, then balik ka dito, okay? Ang nagsagot dito is halimbawa, no, sunod-sunod. Yung hawak mo na questionnaire, sunod-sunod yung nagsagot ng 5. So you need to do the stick tallying na tinatawag. Then after that, you are going to get the total. By 5 to. Ito yung by 5, no, na ginagawa natin para mas madali siya i-total. So after that, no, you have now, or you are going to input here the total number of respondents per indicator per scale. So for example, sa number 1, out of 265. Okay, let's have now the total here para mas madali natin siyang makita. Let's have now the formula or the total of the number of responses, okay, in 5, okay, hanggang scale 1. On the 5th scale hanggang 1st scale natin, okay, so absolutely it will give you 0 total kasi wala pang laman. Okay? So then I will copy this one, kopyahin na natin para all throughout, no, ilalagay na lang natin yung tabulation. So out of 265, there are how many teacher respondents? Answers 5 in the first indicator. For example, ay 88. Okay? Sa 4, ang nagsagot ay 103. Sa 3, ang nagsagot ay 25. Okay? Then sa 2, ang nagsagot ay 37. Then here, ilan na lang ang kulang? Again, gawin natin for example, ang nagsagot dito ay 10. So we have 263. It means all throughout, no, or less than that, okay, you will encounter na less than 263. But, ma'am, there are 263 naman ang na-retrieve ko. But the question is, lahat if ever hindi again, the lacking number, okay, the lacking number should be added to the mid scale, which is 3. So dito natin i-add yung dalawa. So 27. Okay? 27. Same with the other or the remaining indicators. Okay? Next, yes, we have with us 93. Okay? 100. Then we have here 37. Sige, 39. Then here is 29. So, we need 4 na lang. Okay, so to complete the tally, okay, ito na to, para mas madali. Okay. Next is, ito yung highest. Then, ito ay 2, 1, then 0, 10 rather, then 1, then 0. Okay? The last item is 133, then 81. Here is 23, 20, then we have 9, right? Sumobra 8. Okay. So we have a total of 265. We're done tallying the number of respondents per scale, per indicator. Okay? So based from our lecture kanina, the statistical tool to be used for us to determine the level of teachers' performance and the level of work values, we're going to use the weighted mean. Okay, yung WM. And it stands for weighted mean. Okay, for you to compute the weighted mean, you need to compute the weighted score or the WS. WS, this is the weighted score. Okay? So we're going to multiply. It should be inserted. I repeat, it should be inserted in between of each scale. So I will insert column IC, no, in between. Okay. Then I will reduce the column width ng mga 12. Siguro. Yan. Okay. So this is WS. Okay. So to compute the WS natin, is we're going to use, or the formula should be, the number of tally per indicator, per scale, multiply, the multiplier is the scale or the number itself, yung scale mismo, which is 5. Okay? So same with the other indicators, 93 times 5, 120 times 5, 159 times 5, then 133 times 5. So, yan yung gagawin natin. So, since we are using Microsoft Excel, pagaanin naman natin. Let us use the power of formula with the use of Microsoft Excel. So, again, since we're going to use a single or a common multiplier, yung 5, so, i-highlight natin to. Then, we're going to hold. Again, we're going to hold. We're going to lock. Okay, with the use of F4 function. Okay? F4 function. Then you can now press the enter key to give you the exact or the accurate result. Then you can copy. Okay. So to check if our formula is correct, ayan siya. Okay. So yan yung formula natin. Very exact. Ito yung naka-open ang microphone.
Sir Friday.
Kindly mute your microphone. Yeah, thank you. So, I have here, kindly bear with me students, no, medyo ang boses ko ay medyo low tone ako ngayon. Okay, para masustain ko hanggang mamaya. So, this is now the result or the weighted score. Okay? Lagyan ko nga ito ng okay. So, next is the weighted score of indicator 1 to 5 under scale 4. Same procedure, equal sign, then the tally, okay, multiply to each scale, which is 4. Okay, since we're going to sustain yung 4, or we're going to use all throughout yung scale 4, again, highlight yung cell reference, then F4. Okay, enter, then copy. Okay, next, same procedure. Okay, the tally or the number of respondents in indicator 1 or indicators, multiply to the scale or the number, scale number. Then again, we're going to hold, which is the activation of F4, then enter, then copy. Okay. Same with 1 and 2. That's what we call it. This is WS. Okay. Question?
None so
Yes.
far.
None so far. Okay, it's clear. Okay, if you're done computing the weighted score of each scale, okay, the next step will be, by the way, ma'am, do we need to have a formula under scale 1? Because any number multiplied to 1 is equal to the number itself. Yes, you're going to sustain the formula. Okay, kasi once that if you have just some changes in each scale, no, hindi pwede yung sa scale 1, especially if ang mababago are the data here in scale 1. Okay, kasi sabi nyo, ma'am, any number multiplied to 1 is equal to 10. So, no need na ang formula. Madali lang. You can have here 4, 4, 0, 8. Okay, how about if upon reviewing the questionnaires or yung tally mo, okay, may mababago, ma'am, hindi pala 10 to. Eh, mare-reduce or madadagdagan. So, sa WS mo so far, okay, you need to change kasi ang ginawa mo is in manual computation. Okay, so we have here yung formula pa rin, then you can copy it. That's the purpose of formula in Microsoft Excel. Any number multiplied to 0 is equal to 0. Kahit is 1 million pa yan. Kahit 2 million pa yan. Multiplied to 0 is 0. So we have, what happened to our total? Yes, because we use the range, no? Yung range kanina. So that's why yung 265 is mas tumaas na because we have the weighted score. Included si weighted score in the computation. So we're going to formulate a new syntax or formula under total. So still equal sum, open parenthesis, then we're going to pick only, okay, yung mga tally natin or numerical data under scale 1 to 5. Okay. So yun lang. So the most important naman in Microsoft Excel is we have the color coding. May color coding tayo for you to determine na nadoble ba or tama ba yung nakuha ko or na-pick ko na cell reference or na cell. Okay? So, we have an accurate result again, which is 265. After this, we're going to get the total weighted score. Okay? Then, the last computation will be now the weighted mean. Okay? So, for us to compute the weighted mean, we need to compute the weighted score, get the total of the respondents, and the total of weighted score for us to come up to weighted mean. Okay? So, from the word itself, total, so we need to get the sum, okay, of all the results under weighted score. So, eto na, yung first, yung sa scale 1, weighted score ng scale 2, weighted score ng scale 3, then weighted score ng scale 4, and weighted score ng scale 5. Okay? That's it. So we have the total weighted score, which is 1,017. Then copy that one, copy the formula. Okay, so yan yung total weighted score. So how to compute the weighted mean? Okay, we're going to divide the total weighted score divide by the total number of respondents. I repeat, we are going to divide the total weighted score with the total number of respondents. Okay, so total weighted score divide ng total respondents. So let us have a uniform decimal place value, dalawa lang. Okay, for you to check if your answer is correct, okay, by simply observing, no, eto lang, pag tiningnan mo siya sa unang tingin mo, tama naman siya. Okay? Tama siya, 3.84. Be sure, students, that the weighted mean is equal to or up to 5.0 lang. Okay? From 1.0 to 5.0. If your weighted mean is more than 5.0, there's something wrong in your computation or to the inputted data. Yun lang ang ibig sabihin na yun. Okay. The range of scale 1 is we have it as 1.49 to 1.0 to 1.49. Okay? The range of 2 is 1.50 to 2.49. The range of 3 is 2.50 to 3.49. Why I am doing this or inserting the range? Kasi later on, now that will be our basis ng ating interpretation or yung weighted mean natin. So we have 3.50. Ma'am, saan nyo yan kinuha? Take note, it is part of our instrumentation. Right? Okay, yung 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then we have that's the scale, the range, and the description. Okay, so 3.5 to 4.49. Next is 4.5 to 5.0. Okay. So, let us now determine yung mean natin. Or maybe, no, I will copy yung kanina na nasa table natin. Okay, kopyahin ko to as a reference to our lecture. Okay. Lagay ko siya dito. Gawin kong 45. Nagulo na yan. Okay, column with row height lang yan. Kasi we inserted yung kanina. Mga 14. 25. Okay. So we have here, okay, our scale, no? Yung range natin, yung scale, this is part of our table. natin in chapter 3. So ito yung nakalagay na range at the upper part of each scale in the computation. Then we have that as the description. Okay, so I will insert column. This would be the description. Okay. So the weighted mean, let us copy the formula. So the weighted mean is 3.84, 3.94. The highest is 4.55. 4.55 is indicator number 4. I'll copy the from the questionnaire. This is teacher's performance. Okay. Provides pupil. This is the first one. So we need ito. Increase the column. Then wrap text. 50 siguro. Row height 55. Okay. So this is the first indicator. Okay. The highest is the fourth indicator, no, natin. Kopyahin ko yung fourth indicator natin. Assuming that's the result already. No, iyan yung, kumbaga, yan based doon sa sinagot ni teacher. Or sinagutan ng mga teachers ninyo. So, copy. Number 4 is this one, wrap text, alt or row height. Gawin natin 40. Okay? Relates new lessons with the previous knowledge and new skills. This is the first in the rank. Okay, sorry. Yan. Okay. So we can include also rank, not only the weighted mean, we can include the rank. But before that, now let us describe first as part of our interpretation in chapter 4. What is now the description? If you have a weighted mean of 3.84, tingnan natin. Okay, 3.84 is under the range of 3.50 to 4.49, which is, what is the description?
To a high extent.
To a high extent. Okay, this is to a high extent. I will decrease the font size para magkasya. To a high extent. How about 3.94? 3.94 is to some 3.94.
To a high extent pa rin.
Still to a high extent. Okay. How about 4.20? To a high extent.
To a very
Yes, to a high extent. How about 4.55?
To a very high.
very high.
Okay, to a very high extent. Okay, so that's the purpose of having the range, the scale description in your documentation. Okay, then this one is to a high extent. So, it is now, we have now the answer to our SOP number 2. What is the level of teacher's performance? Okay? So, this will be now the interpretation. This is table 4.4. Yeah, table 4.4 shows that the indicator or item or pwedeng indicator, that the indicator number 1, open and close parenthesis, provides pupils opportunities to develop thinking skills based on the first-hand experiences, got a weighted average of 3.84 and interpreted as to a high extent, period. The second item, open and close parenthesis, whatever the content of the second item, got a weighted mean of 3.94 and interpreted weighted mean of 4.17 and interpreted as to a high extent. Generally, this is not the conclusion, generally, item number, okay, item number number 4 got, okay, the highest weighted mean of 4.55 and described or interpreted as to a very high extent. Okay? That's generally, no, yun yung answer niya. Then, we have that as the overall weighted mean. So, the overall weighted mean natin is we get the average. This is the average. We get the average of all the results. Okay? So, yan na yung pinaka-total or overall rather weighted mean. So, what is now the description of the overall weighted mean? This is 4.14. Again, saan siya magpo-fall?
High extent.
To a high extent. Okay. It's very obvious, students. It's very obvious, no? In terms of the description or interpretation, you can refer, kahit di nyo natingnan sa table, you can refer to your description from the first indicator up to the last indicator, alin ang mas marami, to a high extent or to a very high extent? To a high extent. So absolutely, ang description nyo is to a high extent. If there are 2, okay, or 3 to a very high extent, 3, then 2 to a high extent, okay, absolutely, ang description nyo generally is to a very high extent. And the result also is equivalent to a very high extent. Okay? So this is the purpose of using the range, the scale, and the description for us to answer the statement of the problem that deals with the level. Okay? That deals with the extent, okay, of that variable. So, understood, no? Based from this, it is a very good result. Okay, based from this, it is a very good result that the performance of the teachers, of 265 teachers, are high. Nakuha nyo? Yes, it's high, not very high, kasi isa pa lang to. Or isa lang yung, or ang overall weighted mean is only 4.14. Okay, to a high extent. So what would be now your action plan? In terms of, as part of the output, you're going to create or you're going to develop or formulate an action plan that deals with teachers. Now, not only to teachers, but to pupils, kasi it is now part of the impact of a teacher's performance to pupils' performance. Okay, so yun yung magiging part ng action plan nyo. Since it's very high, you're going to maintain all the activities. No, maintain all the activities or indicators. Ito yung magiging part ng action plan mo. Yung part ng mga indicators mo, especially the first in the rank, to retain. Okay? To retain that relates new lessons with the previous knowledge and new skills. So siguro adapt, no? Adapt mga materials that deals with, okay, the new lessons and knowledge or new skills for students or for pupils. So that's part of your action plan. Kasi yun yung mataas eh. So you're going to concentrate still on that indicator. Okay? So next, so this is the teacher's performance. I'll save this one. I-save ko lang. Mamawala. Then this is stat computation. Okay, MMEM Lunaria. Okay. So next, we're done with the profile. We're done with the SOP number 2. Let's have SOP number 3. So I will duplicate. I-duplicate ko lang to or I will copy na para hindi tayo tumagal na. I'll copy this worksheet. Okay? And this is for the work values. Work values. Okay. So, palitan ko lang siya. This is for the work values. Still, we have 265 respondents. Then we're going to compute the weighted mean and the weighted score. Okay. Then we have 5 indicators. Okay. This is fourth indicator. Okay. So assuming that we have the following, itong mas madali dito, mas mabilis. We have the same computation naman. Ang gagawin na lang natin is we're going to change yung tally. But still yung formula natin will remain rather. Okay? Then doon na lang tayo to input based from our tally. Based from our tally, yun na lang yung lalagay natin. So there are how many respondents answers? 5 in this scale 1. Okay, scale 1 natin. Kindly close po your
Sir Nami. Sir Nami, please turn off
kindly mute po, kindly mute. Kindly
Sorry,
mute
everyone.
po. Yeah, okay. So we have here 5, assuming that the total number of tally in scale 5, indicator 1 of work values, for example, is 123. Sa 4 is 100. Then 3 is 22. So it should be at same total of 265. Here is 20. Okay, sumobra tayo. This is 50 and then 0. 5 rather. Sorry, 5. Next is 99, 112, 40, 10, then 4. Okay, so we have 265. Automatically, Microsoft Excel will compute the weighted score kasi may formula na tayo. That's the purpose of using a cell reference. Okay, para mas mabilis yung computation. Kumbaga naka-program na. So this is 104. Next is 87. Next is 51. Okay. Here is 14. Then 11. No, 9. Okay. Next is 134, 79, 37, then 12, then 3. So we have 265. My last indicator, we have 156. Then here is 89. Next is 12. Then we have 12. Okay. 9, 8. Then 0. Okay. So we have now already the weighted mean. This is for the work values. It is higher. Okay. It is higher than the teacher's performance. Is it the work values? Tama ba yung ginamit ko? Yeah, work values. Okay? So what would be our description? The result is 4.21.
To a high extent.
4.21. It is again part of description to a high extent, right? No? To a high extent pa rin. Yes. Then 4.10. Still to a high extent. 3.99. To a high extent. Yes. 4.24 same to a high extent. So majority of the results are to a high extent. But if you are going to look into the weighted mean result, it is higher than the work values, or not the work values, the teacher's teaching performance or teacher's performance. Okay, so same process you're going to interpret. Okay, item number 1. majority, or generally, no, indicator number 4 or item number 4, no, number 5, got the highest weighted mean, which is equivalent to 4.48, with a description of to a high extent. Okay, so the overall weighted mean of 4.21 was interpreted to a high extent. So the implication, ano yung implication? Okay? So that's part of your chapter 4 or the interpretation. Okay, so we're done with the first, second, third questions. I-save ko to ha. Save ko, balikan natin. Okay? I will share yung SOP sample research. Okay, so we're done with, okay, we're done with the first question. Okay, we use frequency and percentage. Same. Okay. Frequency and percentage then. Up to the last profile. Okay. In number 2, we're done. Answering number 2, this is the use of weighted mean. And we can use rank, no? Same with number 3. Last will be to determine the significant relationship or how significantly related are teachers' performance and work values. May relationship ba sila, ma'am? Significant ba sila?
May forever
Or
ba sila,
hindi?
ma'am?
May forever ba sila? Okay. May forever. Kung may forever sila, the result should be significant. Oo, kailangan significant. Pag wala silang forever, okay, not significant. So our hypothesis, di ba, ang hypothesis natin, there's no significant relationship between teachers' performance and work values. That's part of the theory. So that's why we do research for us to determine or to convert that theory into practice. Okay? Tama ba? Tama ba na mayroon, no? Na yung we're going to reject the null hypothesis or to the hypothesis itself kasi based from the result, okay, there is a significant relationship between teachers' performance and work values. Okay, so let us see how to compute. So we're going to use here person R. Okay? Bakit person R? Ang magiging basis ninyo students to use person R, chi-square, or ANOVA. If the questionnaire, yung format pa lang ng questionnaire ninyo is the same. For example, parehas scale or the use of 5 Likert scale both. No? Then you have your total same number of indicators. So you have 5 indicators for teaching performance or teacher's performance, then 5 indicators for work values. So absolutely, we're going to use person R. If it is determining the relationship. Okay? So I'll save this one. Isisend ko rin kasi to sa inyo later. Again, okay, let's go back to our Microsoft Excel to answer the last question. Okay, huling tanong na. So share screen, then Excel again. Where are we sa Excel? Ito na yon. Ito. Okay. So, we're going to use here a new, I do not know if it is new with you students, no, yung link and share. Are you familiar with the link and share command?
Hindi po.
Hindi po. Hindi po. Okay. What is the purpose or what is the function of link and share? The function of link and share is to give you an accurate, okay, result compared to copy-paste command. Okay, I repeat. The purpose of link and share is to give you a more accurate result compared to copy-paste command. Okay. So let us see. Sample muna. Sample. I will justify, no, yung sinabi ko kung tama or mali. So I will open a new worksheet. Okay? A sample lang to. For example, you are making your class record in Excel. So you have the name of your pupils. 15. Okay, column bed is 35. I have here the name of my pupils. Then, GWA is it by grading din kayo? First quarter, first grading, ganun, second grading, third grading, ganun din.
Semestral po.
Semestral. GWA, first sem. GWA, second semester. So the following students are, I have here, aerial block pa. Ascending number or numbering. No, sa numbering din, we have it as a formula to be used, no, para doon sa ascending number. Okay? An interval you 50 students, no need for you to encode 1 to 50. Instead, you have the formula, which is, okay, the constant number 1 plus 1, or an interval of 1. Okay, so after that, copy mo na lang siya, then paste. No, kahit sumobra, okay lang. So, up to 50, if you have the 50 students. Okay, kulang pa pala. Okay? So this is the use of ascending formula. Next is you have value students, for example, okay? Assuming that I have the following names of my pupils. So you know the use of sort ascending, sort descending, right? That's very basic, no? If you have 50 students, it's okay with you to encode, no, yung pangalan nila kahit hindi in ascending order or hindi in alphabetical order, because in Microsoft Excel we have as the sort ascending and sort descending. How about if you have already the grades of your pupils? Halimbawa may grade na 89, this is 91, here is 98, 88, then 90, na-sustain niya yung 90, then here is 95, then 96. If you have the numerical data or multiple columns, okay, with entry or may laman na siya, be careful in activating the sort ascending or sort descending. Be sure to highlight all the data. No, kailangan kasama lahat. Then you can click sort. It is part of the menu, no, sa under home main menu. Then you can activate the sort ascending. Okay, so makikarry niya yung grades niya from first semester to second semester. Okay. So, what would be now the application of link and share? I want to summarize. No, I want to summarize, for example, or I want to copy the same data on the next worksheet. Okay, kasi meron akong gagawin. I will compute, no? I will determine those students with honors or with highest honors. So that's the purpose. This is only a class record, etong isa, for example. Then I will now create with me another worksheet with an application of link and share. that's the term. I want to copy and paste those data in my first worksheet. No, i-rename ko to ng sige, class record. Then here is link and share. Okay. So the process or the steps for you to activate link and share, maybe we can use or compare. Okay, I will compare first the use of copy paste command. I'll copy this one. These are the needed data. Ika-copy ko siya, okay, to the next worksheet. I have there already the data. That's the copy and paste command. How about if I'm going to change some information, some details in the original worksheet? Okay? Ma'am, mali po pala. It's 93, not 98. Then this one, ito po yung 98. So the original one is 90, 88, and 98. Right? So yung original natin is 98 ito. Then ito is 88. So let us see yung copy-paste natin kung nabago. Hindi, di ba? Still we have 98 and 88. So let's have now the link and share command. Okay. So, it's very simple to activate link and share. Okay? You're going to use only equal sign. You are going to activate equal sign on the area na paglilipatan mo or ililink mo siya doon sa original worksheet or original file or data. Okay, so equal sign, then after that, you open yung source. Our source is ito, yung class record. Then, we will start with, dito sa name. Okay, we will start sa name. So, for you to determine that link and share is activated, you have to do the broken line. Same with the copy-paste command. Right? Okay, so after that, very simple, enter lang. Enter lang. So, automatically, you are in your link and share worksheet. Then, take note, the pointer of your mouse, it should be black, positive na black, not positive na white. It should be positive na black, then try to drag. I-drag nyo yan. Okay. Then again, drag. Okay. Until, you have valued the complete columns or complete data. Okay? So, for the accuracy purpose of link and share, I'll go back to the original worksheet. And I have this alteration from 93, it is pala 98 kanina, then this one is 88. Let us see if nabago niya, if 98 and 88, okay, were carried in the link and share. Okay? 1, 2, 3.
Tanan!
So we have
Magic!
98 and 88. Okay? Now, we have here 0. Now, parang ibig sabihin, it's an empty. Okay? It's an empty cell. So, we can go back again, no? Ma'am, dadagdagan po namin. Absolutely, hindi lang naman 4, no? Ang aming estudyante. So, for example, I will have an additional student, okay, with a grade of 95, and here is 97. So, let us see in our link and share file kung nandoon or nadagdag siya. So, you have there, okay, the additional student. So, you can use this. No? Yes, question? May tanong? So far, wala. Okay? So, So I hope it's clear, no, yung process, no, ng link and share. So let us go back here to our, I will insert here, dito ko siguro ilagay, or another worksheet, no? I add another worksheet. I will place between, okay, the class record and the work values. So eto na yung our answer to SOP number 1, 2, 3, number 4, with the use of link and share. Okay, so this is 16. Again, 35. Okay, this is the test of relationship. So we're going to use person R. Is it significant or not significant? So, we need the teacher's performance, and we have the work values. So, the needed data, students, for us to compute the person are the weighted mean results of teacher's performance and work values. If you have value 5 indicators both, so dapat yung weighted mean ng first indicator up to the last indicator of each variable ay yun ang kokopyahin natin. Okay? For us to have an accurate result again, we're going to use the link and share command. Okay? So, equal sign. Then, I am going to open the teacher's performance worksheet, yung computation natin kanina, and copy, or link rather, not copy, or link the result of weighted mean. Okay, eto lang, WM lang ako. That's the start. With the use of link and share, or the activation of link and share, students, you can link only the first, okay, the first data or the start of the data. So ito lang ang kailangan ko is the weighted mean. No, it's the first rather, the first result, not the word na WM or not the acronym na WM, but the first result. So after that, okay, enter lang ako to link that one. Okay, so I have now the result. Okay, itadrag ko lang siya. Okay, so I'll delete this one. Ibig sabihin na sobrahan, no, yung link ko. So I will link the result of work values, equal sign again, then open the work values worksheet, then extract, no, or link the first result, which is 4.21, then enter. Okay, for me to link the remaining results. Okay, so where is ma'am the person are there? Eto na. So we have the formula. The formula is equal, then person. Absolutely, there is a formula in Microsoft Excel, yung person R, okay? Ang technique lang mga anak here in Microsoft Excel is for you to determine or to explore. Meron kayang formulang ganito ganyan. Without looking yung formulas or yung menu ng statistical formulas, you can explore. You can use the term or the name itself. Pag may lumabas na syntax, ang pangalan, ang tawag dito ay syntax, absolutely, there is, okay, a formula available in Microsoft Excel of that mathematical term or formula. Okay, so person, open and close parenthesis, you have there the syntax or the guide, okay, on how to compute the person R. We have the array 1. What is the array 1? That's the first variable. Okay, lahat ito. Okay, next is comma, okay, which is the array 2. That's the work values. Then, close parenthesis. So, So what is now the result? Is it negative or positive? So we have positive 0.15. Let us reduce, no? Reduce natin yung decimal place value. Gawin nating mga tatlo lang. So we have 0.154. Okay? So our basis would be the table. We have table in table of person R. Okay, I'll copy the table. Where is it? Okay. For us to determine if it is positive or negative, what is the interpretation?
Less than.
Okay. We have the coefficient value. Okay. There is now the table. Okay. So based from person R table, 0.154 is between 0 and 0.2, right?
Yes.
What is now the interpretation? Weakly positive. Weakly positive. It means there is a significant relationship, but it is very weak. It is very weak. So, what will be now our action plan? So, there is
A weak.
there is a significant relationship between work teacher's performance and work values. Okay. But as part of the interpretation, natin, merge ko. Okay. You're going to emphasize there the interpretation of having a weakly positive with the result of 0.154. Okay, still there is a significant relationship, but very weak. So what will be now the content of your action plan? So you are going to concentrate to the 5 items of work values, both. No, kasi may significant relationship sila. So you are consider some activities, no? Activities, okay, as part of your action plan, activities that will increase, no, or that will sustain and improve the teacher's performance and work values. Yun ang ibig sabihin nito. If our result, okay, are negative or is negative rather, absolutely there is no significant relationship between the two. Still, there is a relationship that the work values is related to the teacher's performance. So, pag ang work values mo pala is mataas or you have value that work values, your teacher's performance also, there is a bearing or there is an effect, no, to your to your performance as a teacher. So whatever your work values, you need to sustain that so that yung teacher's or yung performance mo as a teacher should be also higher, equivalent or higher than your work values or vice versa. No? Mas mataas yung teaching performance mo kaysa sa work values, but of course there is a relationship between the two. So you are going to formulate an action plan that will sustain all the indicators under teachers' performance and work values. Okay? Question. So this is now the result. Okay? This is now the result. That's why it's very important, no, to gather data, to gather all the questionnaires, kasi it's very difficult yung idudoktor mo lang siya. Actually, yung ginawa natin ngayon, dinoktor lang natin. We don't have actually, no, this is an example just to compute, just to determine, just to answer the SOPs, okay, natin. But if you're going to do the actual research, no, merong effect yun, or hindi ito, possible na hindi ito yung mga results. Okay? Possible na hindi ito yung magiging results na. Okay, so question, clarification, so we're done. We answered all the questions and we can formulate now the action plan. Action plan can be in matrix form. Okay, activities, objectives, then persons involved, budget, and indicator. So those are, okay, those are the possible, or that's the format of an action plan. Okay? So, I hope, no, it's not 100% clear to each one of you, but the most important to me as your professor is napaintindi ko sa inyo, napaliwanag ko sa inyo how to answer those questions. Okay? Real, masakit na ulo mo. Real, lalo na real kung nag-ANOVA tayo.
Very interesting, ma'am.
At least naliwanagan lang po na chapter 1 to 3 lang yung requirements.
You have added the chapter 1 to 3 as the proposal of requirement, okay? The reason, my reason rather as your professor is sabi ko nga sa inyo, before I end my class, no, at least you have added that in mind that during the first meeting natin, okay, I have this objective, I have this goal, that you learn or you will embrace or you will halimbawa, not embrace lang, you will appreciate, no, research. At least appreciate man lang, no, kahit hindi na i-embrace, but it has a process. Same with research, it has a process. Actually, we have the same mindset before. Kasi sabi ko, ayoko ng research. Ayoko pakinggan yan, ayoko niyan. Ayoko
I think
siyang
the
pag-aralan.
best way siguro, Doc, is maano mo na siya,
At
malaman
least you have the foundation.
Yes.
No? You have the foundation. Kasi it is inevitable. This is actually part of the requirement in each school. No? Yung to do an action research. If it is an action research, actually, it's a simple one. No, parang, it is quantitative also, pero it's more on frequency, it's more on weighted mean. Yun lang yun. Wala na yung mga person R na yan, wala na yung ANOVA. Pag-action research. Pag-action research. So that's how research works. That's how it answers questions. So, it means, no, tama yung isa sa mga characteristics, again, of Gary Anderson, that it will give us a solution, an unbiased solution of the problem. Why? Because you have your respondent. So, kaya lang the term I use is dinoktor ko kasi I don't have the exact result or the exact tally coming from 265 teachers. But assuming that I float that questionnaire with you sa inyo pa lang, no, sa 30 teachers. So maybe I will consider that as an action research based from you. Okay? This is one of the sample research that I could benchmark to here in the Philippines. Okay? Parang it's a comparative research of the teachers' performance there in Thailand and here in the Philippines and work values. Diba? So,
Sino baby?
si Teacher Jo ay nagpapasaway na yung baby niya. Teacher Joanna, nagpapasaway na ang
Teacher
baby mo.
Lami. Baby mo. Huwag mo gisingin. Late na.
Okay. So, yan yung research. You need to tally, you need to do the process, okay? You need to test the relationship or differences. It depends on your SOP. No? And the most important is to answer all the questions, no? As part of your SOP. So that is the process. Di ba? Mas madali. How many hours lang natin ginawa? We started
2.5 po.
Oh, di ba? Natapos natin 2.5.
Ang galing po.
Oh.
Ang galing ni Bro.
Ang galing natin lahat. Ang galing natin lahat. So, we answered all the questions there. That's part of Redo of chapter 4 and 5. It's a matter of writing, no? The interpretation, no? Converting those tables into interpretation and analysis. Now, yung sinabi ko sa inyo, what is the purpose of review of related literature as part of your chapter 4? That's part of the analysis, supporting findings, no? Based from your findings. So, based from your result, it is significant. There is a significant relationship. As part of your gathered related literature, is there a literature, no, or related studies the same with your result? If there is, so ilagay mo na doon, according to Santiago 2020, work values is significant or is significantly related to teachers' performance. Okay, whatever yung statement niya doon, you can copy that statement or findings just to support. That's the purpose of review of related literature. Okay, same with teachers' performance. What's the general or the conclusion or the general result? Okay, it is to a high extent. So, alin doon sa RRL mo, okay, relative to teachers' performance, ang kaparehas ng result mo. So, that would be to be copied in your analysis in your chapter 4. Okay? So, you can do that. No, chapter 1 to 3 lang ang gagawin ng grupo. You can do that. There are groups that I approve, not the SOPs. There are some with revisions. No, may mga pinaalis ako, pinadagdag. Meron naman na nirevise ko. If you want for me to check your SOPs as much as possible, send it to me in document file, not in JPEG or picture file. Kasi para ika-copy-paste ko na lang siya, then i-revise ko siya. Okay, mas madali sa akin, even with the use of my cellular phone. No, kahit nasa travel ako, wag lang nagda-drive ako. Okay? So, this is our last meeting, last virtual meeting, but I want you to keep in touch, students, until you finish. Okay? Until you finish. Through your GC, if you have just some deliberations to be made, no, sa tingin ko is medyo nalilihis kayo ng landas during the discussion, I can butt in. Pero sa tingin ko naman, okay yung discussions nyo, okay lang. Sin zone lang ako sa GC ninyo. Okay? So anyway, that would be submitted or to be submitted at the end of August or first week of September, because September 12 will be the start of our next trimester. Second try. Ang bilis, no? Parang kailan lang.
Man, may kutsara.
Parang kailan lang. Opo. Yes, na, Mary.
Kaka-start pala po namin, ma'am, sa finance class. So,
Apo.
automatic, meron po kaming group presentation.
Nag-start na kayo sa financial management?
Yes,
class
ma'am.
niyo?
Actually,
Kailan yun? Last Saturday?
Kanina lang.
kanina po.
Kanina po.
Parang hindi ko nabasa yung message ko sa group
Before your
chat natin.
class.
Kasi,
Anong oras? Si Sir, ano nyo? Si Sir
Banyares.
Banyares.
Banyares? Nag-start na siya kanina. What time?
Earlier po, bali 6:30 Philippine time.
Okay. O kasi I informed him this morning that I have with me a last meeting with you tonight at 8 p.m. So siguro parang gusto niya maumpisahan niya na. Because after that you have with you the human resource.
Tapos na po yan, ma'am.
Tapos na yun. Wow.
Opo.
So ibig sabihin, after me, ilang meetings lang kayo kay Sir Banyares, then you're done.
Three minutes. hours per session.
Actually, pagka sa financial management, it should be, gano'n naman si Doc, related to your, to the education settings. So, to the education settings ninyo.
May confusion lang po kasi prior to...
Kasi financial management yan. You are not an accountancy graduate, so it's very difficult on your part. But to the side of the professor, it should be delivered coordinated to your settings no sa inyo. No, for example, I want to determine how is the budget of the institution no dyan sa inyo. Is it the same with the budget what is the term, budget partition, or what's that? Na same with the Philippine setting dito sa mga schools natin. Parang ganon. And saan ang gagaling yung budget nyo? Parang that's part no of the financial management. Okay, so hindi ko porte yan. Hindi ko porte ang financial management. I do have, or I have the basic knowledge in budgeting, no? Bookkeeping, yun lang siguro yung kaya ko. I don't know how to balance up the financial statement. I can do budget, no, by presenting the revenue and the expenses and to get an income. Yun ang kaya ko lang gawin. But that's very basic on your part. That should be the flow, no? For you to know if you are an administrator or part of the top management of the school, okay, you are doing the budget, so paano ba gawin yun? Paano ba i-present yun? So the income of your school is the number of students enrolled times the tuition fee. Then separate yung miscellaneous fee because of the expenses, no? Ang salary is from the tuition fee. Then sa miscellaneous fee naman are some of the operational expenses. So parang gano'n, something like that. That's a basic information as part of the financial management. So yun lang naiintindihan ko kasi yun yung ginagawa ko when I submit no my budget in the department at the start of the school year. Okay. So, ayun yun. You can do that, no? You can harden students the financial management. It's quite difficult. Because you are not familiar. Okay? Hindi kayo accountancy graduate. Okay? Pero tayo kasi pagdating sa sa computation, no, mas nahihirapan tayo. Pero pag pinakompute sa'yo is money, may peso na. Okay, parang ang dali. Diba? Parang ang dali. Ay, ang hirap naman yung kinocompute naman namin. Lagyan mo ng peso sign. Lagyan mo, ay, oo nga, no. Madali lang pala. That's my technique to my children. Kapag tinuturoan ko sa math, kunyari, anak, ito yung pera mo. Okay. Oh, mabilis siya. Pag yung figure lang kasi, wala yung peso sign. Parang ang hirap i-compute. Just kidding. Pero totoo yun. Di ba? Totoo yun. Anyway, so any question, clarification to our last topic before I end our virtual class for tonight, and I will send you all the lectures, the sample lecture this evening.
Ma'am, can we request for the recorded video to be
Opo.
also shared in our GC?
Okay.
So,
Now,
meron
Mary,
pa
please send a message to by Monday. No, i-remind niyo ako
kami.
because I have
Yes.
yeah.
Yung previous meeting po, nakalimutan ko po kayo. There will be
Oo.
two videos.
Kailangang ma-remind ako because if it is Monday, no, ang focus ko diyan is in my workplace. So talagang alam mo yon, even break time, no, it's a working lunch for me. Okay? And at the end of the office hour, trabaho pa rin. Ganyan ako ngayon, hindi ako busy. Okay? Busy. Okay. sa dami ng trabaho. Then by August 2, we are going to renew our appointment every year. Pag Vice President at President, for a duration of 3 years ang renewal. For us, no, from Associate Vice President hanggang doon sa Department Head, it's yearly. Okay, so again, my work is tasky, my responsibility is big, much bigger than before. So still I this is one of my uh, that I really love, no, in my work, to teach, no, to teach. This is actually an additional workload to me and an additional income din. Pero parang mas dito ako excited kaysa doon sa, sa daming trabaho ko as an administrator, as the mother of the campus, Dasmariñas campus. Because I used to, but it's a challenging one. I used to mentor my subordinates, and it's a legacy for me that after how many years pa to stay here in PCU, no, I have with me leaders to be developed as the next in line. No, sila yung gano'n. So I hope the same with you. No, the same with you. That in that age, sa age kong ito is more on mentoring ako. No, more on mentoring, and I want them also, no, kasi siguro dahil ganito yung attachment ko sa Philippine Christian University. This is my first and until now employer. Walang iba akong in-applyan, and hindi rin ako nag-apply. After a week or a week before the graduation, it's God's favor to me. Okay, a week before graduation, mayroon na agad akong letter na na-receive to stay and be the secretary of the administrative officer namin. So I rose from the rank. I started as secretary. No, then I really thank God for this kasi that's our favor. Hindi po ako ganun kagaling. No, hindi ako
You
ganun
are, ma'am.
kagaling.
You're so humble na, but you are.
Hindi, ano lang, konti lang.
Humble?
Sabi nga nila, ba't ka na-promote? Ginalingan mo kasi eh. yun yung mga tanong, ginalingan mo kasi. No, it's our dedication. It's part of the work values. It's part of the work values that if the harvest is, or the reward is there, now just work, just do your part. Okay, just do your part. There are challenges, there are rough roads between or during, okay, during those years, no, doing your job. Pero once you overcome those challenges, it's a fulfillment on your part. Diba? Parang nakaya ko pala, no, gawin ito. But when there is an opportunity given to me, for example, a promotion, sa totoo lang, hindi ako ganun kasaya. Hindi masaya sa akin. Okay? Instead, nandoon yung fear, no? Nandoon yung takot na ang tanong ko sa sarili ko, kaya ko bang gawin ko? Kakayanin ko pa ba? Parang ganun. Now, maybe I am in the possession for how many years. Okay, baka this would be part of our next subject, yung immersion natin or immersion paper writing for the next try. No, na mga possible, no, binibigyan ko na kayo ng background.
Orientation.
Absolutely, I'll be the one who will handle the immersion class or the seminar and project study, but it's different from research. It's different from research. So, parang ganun, it's a personalized story, no, yung immersion paper based from your experiences, but you have just some recommendation solutions to be given, okay, para yung reader mo, okay, bukod sa eye-catching yung title mo, it's a personalized title, okay, meron kang recommendation to be given to your readers, okay, na parang anticipating that you are on the middle of or in the peak of your career, then mayroong reader na nag-uumpisa pa lang sa career niya, then these are the lessons to be learned, no, ng readers mo. Ito pala yung mga pwede kong gawin. I can do all of this, or I can adapt the recommendation given by Ma'am Raquion, no, based from the immersion paper. So it's a story, or a personalized story. Okay? So all of us, we have with us a story, right? Now, marami tayong mga pinagdaanan, but still we are here.
MK.
Okay, we are strong, and we can say that we are a survivor. Diba? So, that's part of the work values, that's part of our, yung parang outlook natin. Okay? Positive outlook is very good. Positive outlook is very good. It will radiate to you. Okay? Kaya lang ako, yun lang yung fear ko. Pag binigyan ako ng trabaho. Pero, eto naman yung drive ko. Andun yung fear, andun yung takot. Pero, while I am in my bed, no, hindi pa man ako natutulog, I used to conceptualize, strategize. Ano yung mga gusto ko ngayon? Ano yung innovation na gusto kong gawin this school year? Okay? And at the middle of the night, pag nagising ako at naisip ko yun, okay, isusulat ko siya or tatayo ako, then itatype ko siya. Itatype ko siya sa laptop ko or isusulat ko siya or ilalagay ko sa cellphone ko. Okay? Para the next day, i-conceptualize ko na lang siya. So, ganun yun. Okay? Ganun yung attitude siguro natin towards work. So, sabi ko nga kay President, Sir, if hindi na po ako effective, if hindi na po ako mapapakinabangan ng university, okay, if ang trabaho ko po is to wait the 15th and 30th of the month, that's the time that ako mismo yung magsabi sa'yo that I want to quit. Okay? I want to be a simple faculty members, one of the faculty members na lang. Okay? Kaya lang, still the responsibility or the trust of our university president, the vice presidents that we have now in PCU, andoon yung trust nila sa akin. So sige, sabi ko, pagbibigyan ko pa rin. Ang yabang, no? Pagbibigyan ko pa rin sila. Pero, alam mo yun, yun yung sinasabi ko lagi kay Pres. Sabi ko, Sir, how many years na lang you will end your term? Second term niya na. Okay? Actually, ang president, mga for isang term lang yan. Pero, because of the development that we have here in Dasmariñas campus and even in Manila, okay, nasa glorious moment ngayon ng PCU. So, ang sabi ko sa kanya, Sir, after this 2 years na lang kayo. So, siguro po sasabayan ko kayo. I will step down, sabi niya. Tumawa siya. Ang sagot niya sa akin is napakasarap na tawa. Hindi ko siya tinanong kung bakit. Siya na rin nagsabi, Jen, kaya ako tumatawa kasi mini-mentor ko kayo ngayon. Kasi ganun siya sa akin. There are instances na napagsasabihan niya ako and I used to message him, Sir, thank you po. Salamat dun sa pagtutuwid mo sa akin. The way of mentoring me, thank you po. Ganun lang ako. I look at it positively. Sabi nga ng wife niya, Diyan si Junifer, pag nagalit yan, ganyan lang yan. Okay? Ganyan lang yan, parang tatay niyo. Pero wala yan sa kanya. So, iyon yung tingin ko din. No? Once na napagsabihan niya ako, pero bibira, it's seldom. Okay? Kasi before I decide, uunahan ko na siya, Sir, what would be your approval? Okay, dito sa idea ko, ito sa gusto kong gawin. Okay ba sa iyo or hindi? Ganun lang tanong ko. Okay, pag hindi yan dyan, okay, sir, I'll go with my plan B. Ganun lang yun. So, hindi ako pwedeng magpa-approve sa kanya nang hindi ko siya tinawagan. Okay, that's my secret. Okay, that's my secret. Pagalitan niya man ako, kami lang dalawa. Hindi during na nagpapa-approve ako sa kanya. Diba? Sigurista, no? But that's how he train us, no? Kami yung mga nasa middle management. Anyway, so thank you very much for your time, students. Thank you very much for that very productive meeting with you. Okay, for the 3 meetings that we have, no, hindi ako magsasawa na to give you or to impart knowledge with you, students. So,
That's nice to hear.
thank you for your trust, to Philippine Christian
Salamat
University,
po.
especially the Dasmariñas campus. Looking forward to your second trimester, then after that, last trimester. Okay? Pag last trimester, nangangamoy yan. TOR. Nangangamoy graduation. Nangangamoy diploma. Okay. So, congratulations everyone and God bless you. By the way,
Salamat po.
Ma'am, meron po tayong closing prayer.
Nakapag-screenshot, then may closing prayer tayo.
Screenshot po. Teacher May, Teacher Nami, Teacher Sharon.
Yes po. Yes.
It's the group picture.
Yes.
We have two screens.
Two screens po. Okay.
Apo.
Teacher May, Teacher Nami.
Open my camera.
Ay, sorry. Okay. Okay.
Ako na lang po.
Sige.
Okay, ready? Isang ano lang to screen para lahat. I-open nilang teacher namin and teacher Sharon, teacher Michael.
Naka-open na po ako.
Okay.
I cannot see you, Teacher Sharon.
Dalawang screen ni Teacher Joanna yata.
I think so.
And si Sir Michael. Ayan, Sir Michael. Ano na lang, open po.
Ako rin po.
Sir
Dalawang
Michael
screen.
Rojas.
Alright, ready everyone? So, screenshot. 1, 2, 3, smile. One more.
Can we
1,
have the
2,
hard sign? Hard sign.
yeah, hard time.
I said because we love the Professor Jennifer Rugden.
Thank you. Thank you, student.
1, 2, 3. Okay. I'll stay po, busy.
Oy, na, Cristel, may ID na si Cristel. You have that your ID?
Lahat na po kami meron.
meron.
Lahat na kayong mayroon. Ano yan? Yung kinuha ni Sir Tem dito?
Opo.
May siya. Ayaw.
Doc, may tanong lang.
Yes, na.
Yung sa ID po, normal lang talaga yung batch namin is 2021 to 2022.
Yes na. Kasi yun ang start, yun yung start ng inyong first try. Actually, ito yung first try ninyo. This is third trimester of 2021-2022. Okay, this is the third trimester. So covered kayo. Ang magiging school year ninyo is 2021-2022 and 2022-2023.
Okay po.
Kasi this is the third try. Kumbaga, ito yung last. Pero this is your first. But based on the calendar of PCU, third try po ito.
Okay.
Kaya 2021-2022. Then we will start on September 12 ng school year 2022-2023.
2023. Okay po. Thank you.
Okay, welcome.
Okay.
Okay, so we're done. We'll assign the closing prayer.
Teacher Nami.
Okay, everyone, let us all bow down our heads and put ourselves in the presence of God. Dear God, dear Lord, we thank you for this wonderful evening that another class has ended successfully. We thank you for giving us the strength to be able to push through from day one of our class until the end of this class. Forgive us for any sins we've committed consciously and unconsciously in our minds, hearts, and action. Thank you, Lord, for your grace, mercy, and love for our everyday lives. We also thank you for the life of our research professor, Dr. Rakyon, for her kindness, for sharing her time, for sharing her story of survival and success, and for sharing her field of expertise to us. She stands as a mother figure to us, so we hope that you'll bless her life more abundantly. Give her your protection so she can continue to serve more people that needs her. We also pray and ask, Lord, that may everything that is taught today be remembered as we are working on finishing our research study. Give us the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that we need so we may be able to finish it successfully before the deadline or on the deadline given. May you bless everyone with your protection throughout the rest of our lives, and let the work done tonight be fruitful and beneficial. Help us to do our parts, Lord, for your glory. Praise you, God Almighty, the only omnipotent one. We commit everything to you, Lord. We surrender all our worries and everyday steps to your hands. As we close this meeting tonight, we give you back all the praise, glory, and honor through the name of your Holy Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
And thank you.
Amen.
Very much.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you po.
Oo. And listen,
Ma'am is not
our
yet
GC had the picture.
We hope to see you again.
Yes po.
Thank you